In today's video, we are taking a small 3-pound Butterball turkey breast and we're gonna add some amazing flavor on it. We're cooking it all on the Grilla Grills Silverbac. Let's get started. Our first step to this process is we have to take an aluminum pan just like this one here, and we're going to take 2 sticks of unsalted butter. We're going to unwrap them, throw them on the grill, and let that melt and absorb some smoke. This is the start of the process. We got our 2 sticks of unsalted butter, so we're going to throw this right on the smoker that's sitting at 225 degrees. That's going to absorb some smoke and it's going to melt, as it's going to be a base that we lay the turkey breast in. The butter is melting on the smoker. Now we're gonna make the injection. We got our nice spit jack right here. We've got a blender. We're gonna mix all the ingredients together and we're gonna make this nice herbaceous butter injection to go inside that turkey breast. First ingredient is 1 stick of melted unsalted butter. Next is 2 cloves of minced garlic, which is essentially 2 tablespoons. So throw those in there. I've already got the pre-minced kind right here. That makes it a little bit easier. It's not as fresh, but it's still good. Now come the fresh herbs part. We got 2 tablespoons of parsley. Now I don't have any fresh parsley, but I do have these parsley flakes, and these work just as fine. Whatever you have in your kitchen or local grocery store. We're gonna take some ground thyme. If you have fresh thyme, that'll work just as well. And we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of that as well. A little bit, so we'll dump that in. 1 tablespoon of rosemary. This is crushed rosemary here, fresh in your garden, at the store, whatever floats your boat. Then you're gonna take your microplane, put it right over the top, and start zesting the entire lemon for a nice bit of citrus and acidic flavor. Then you're gonna take your salt from your salt cellar and put it in there as well. And then of course, some pepper. You got to blend all this together. So you're going to take your Vitamix and you're flip it on and get that all nice and mixed together. Once you're done blending, pour it in a bowl so that you can use your spit jack to get that injection inside the bird. We've got our Butterball turkey breast right here. We're going to cut it open. Make sure you are using gloves because this is raw meat and you don't want to get anything in there. Now we're gonna open this up over here because you see all that juice coming out. Take your cooking guild knife. It is sharp as a razor and just cut down the center right there. We are birthing this breast, so give it a C-section. There's the gravy that I cut open. It's just the birthing juices, it's okay. And this is what you're left with, this beautiful turkey breast that is in the net. Now we want to leave this in the net because it is going to just hold its shape that way. So we're going to put it right there into the pan, and now it's time to inject. You're going to take your spit jack. This is really easy to use. Put the needle inside and suction all of that goodness up. Put the needle in, do a couple squeezes. And we want to do this kind of everywhere to make sure that we are getting the full amount inside. Now once you are done injecting everything, if you have anything left over, take the little bit that is left and we can just use this as a binder, because now it's time to put on our rub, which is going to be 3 equal parts salt, pepper, and the Cosmo Q Test Lab Cajun rub. It's really simple, but what we're doing, since this is such a small roast, is 2 tablespoons of salt. Mix that together. 2 tablespoons of pepper. Going that Texas barbecue style. Last, your Cajun rub from Cosmo Q. And if you see it right here, it says Secret Stash. This is a plug for Cosmo Q real quick because they have a group on Facebook called the Cosmo Q Lab where you get secret rubs that have not been fully released and you get to be the test taster. It's a really cool thing. Sign up on Facebook, and if you order from Cosmo Q, use code GRILLMARK in all capital letters to get 10% off your order. 1, 2. Are you just gonna take your hand, and mix all that around till it looks like it's good and mixed together. Again, make sure you're wearing gloves, and we're just going to apply that liberally all over the turkey roast. It's okay if it gets in the butter, because this rub, we're gonna use pretty much all of it. This is what it's supposed to look like. Lots of flavor, lots of color. The butter's starting to come back together though. So we're gonna go ahead and put this back on the smoker. Now again, this smoker is running at 225 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to run that for 1 hour so that it absorbs a lot of smoke. I'm also running pecan and mesquite blend pellets inside there. Every 30 minutes during this cook, I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of Meat Sweat's Bird Bath. After the first hour, I'm gonna ramp it up to 275 degrees, and it should be done in about 2.5 to 3 hours. All right, let's take a look. It's been about 3 hours, maybe 3 hours and 15 minutes. I cranked it up to 275 degrees. After 1 hour, I spritzed every 30 minutes, and I can tell you that we just temped this. It sat right at 165, and this turkey roast is done. We've let this rest for about 5-7 minutes, somewhere in that range. You saw it splat, that was kind of cool. Now we're gonna take our Cooking Guild knife. This is our long slicer from the Nomad series. And we have the net that we need to take off, so we're just gonna cut through that net. There we go. We had to have a bit of a change of scenery because there were too many flies, a little bit of yellow jackets out there. So we're inside now. This has been resting probably for about 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that range. And it's time to cut into it and do the test taste. We cut into it, and this is what we got. A perfectly moist, beautiful part of the turkey breast. This was a roast, so it had the turkey breast on one side and the dark meat on the other. I've got the melted brown butter right here with some of those juices. We're gonna use that to pour onto it a little bit. So we're gonna use that as some flavor. There we go. Let's dive in. Oh yeah, come on. It literally melts in my mouth. It is so tender. I mean, I'm going in for a second bite. We can taste a little bit of that heat from the Cajun rub. We definitely taste the salt and the pepper that made it a little bit of Texas style. This is amazing. The herbaceous butter injection that we did definitely added some moisture to the inside and a lot of flavor in there as well. This recipe is definitely something you can adjust to any turkey or really kind of any poultry. I think this would be great on chicken as well. It'll turn out flavorful and delicious, and definitely turned out perfect, just like me. Until next time, keep those grills fired up so the flavor doesn't go down. We'll see you then. Perfect.